All right, welcome back to the Powertalk. That's the audience. I have a absolutely crazy audience. Amazing. We'll talk about them later. Now, so before we start this conversation, I want to remind you to send in questions on 22162, starting with the word power. Ask questions. Give your opinion. What do you think about men today? We are speaking about everything men. Why do men cheat? Is monogamous possible? Is it possible to be honest? Do men understand women? We are going to be asking all these serious questions of our time, right? And so sending those questions on 22162, starting with the word power. Now, before we go to that, by the way, when you were young, now these are my guests. First of all, I'm introducing my guests right now. I actually forgot to introduce my guest. So on my father's right, I've got Mr. Martin Boro. He's the director, Corner Brook School is for boys. And then right here with me, I've got Billion Ojiwa. He's a youth leader, all right? And he is also a politician, an upcoming politician. So your wife was here. You were here. And she told me you had not told her that you were here. Were you in trouble that evening?
It was before we got married, yeah. So we were still keeping secret.
Oh, so you got married like a month after, isn't it?
Oh,
even less.
Oh yeah. No, it got when we were just engaged. So yeah.
So there was still some secret.
There was still some secret.
So you didn't get in so much trouble.
Right now, she knows that I'm here. Yeah.
She knows that, and she's watching.
I hope so.
All right. So. Now, you know, when you, as boys, right? When you were young, we used to do everything. I remember we used to go to the river and skid butt naked, right? And we'd not get injured. What's the worst thing that, let me ask you, Mr. Martin, what's the worst thing that you did when you were small? What are the crazy things that you used to do when you were small? Or you can remember?
Actually, it's easier to remember what things I did that were not crazy. From that river beat and running down. Actually, it was not necessarily at the river. It was anywhere where there was a hill. Anywhere there's a hill. Just remove clothes and we'll get some water from somewhere. We pour it, becomes muddy and slippery, and we just run on it. And it was like,
and then you skid with your legs.
And no, even on bare buttocks. Even on bare, there was nothing. Down.
You go with it.
Yeah, so that probably was one of the most risky things that we did. We did safari rallies. We did all those things, and we enjoyed life.
Now, someone sent me a clip, right? And I could not believe it.
Of
what? No, not you. No, not you. not him.
Yes.
Someone sent me a clip, and I was looking at these boys doing this crazy thing, and I was saying, even if it was crazy, we never went that far. Or I mean, it was hilarious. Just watch this. Watch this, though.
Yeah.
Okay, that is. I think we'll play that again at least. Now, that was one. Now let me come back to you now. Yourself.
Yeah, I think.
No, wait. You used to go to. You went to primary school.
Yes.
I want to suppose you went to primary school.
Yes,
right?
yes.
What is the craziest thing you ever told a teacher for not doing a homework, or for missing school, or for any kind of indiscipline? Any kind of excuse that you gave to your teacher was like. Imagine it was not true, but you gave it.
I gave my book to someone else.
That you gave your book to someone else. I
yeah,
mean, you were a good boy.
But one crazy thing I think that I loved was showering when it's raining. Yeah, you run into the rain. When you see the thunders is when you run back again. Yeah. That was the sweetest thing. Yeah.
Now this young man here missed school. And then, like, listen to the excuse he gave the teacher for not coming to school.
Vincent.
Naam.
Kwa nini ulishinda siku ya Ijumaa hukuja shuleni? Ulishinda nyumbani.
Nilifariki.
Sema kwa sauti.
Nilifariki.
Fariki. Jamani, arudie tena. Ulifanyaje?
Nilifariki.
Vincent.
Naam.
Kwa nini ulishinda siku ya Ijumaa hukuja shuleni? Ulishinda nyumbani.
Nilifariki.
Sema kwa sauti.
Nilifariki.
Fariki. Jamani, arudie tena.
It's like, boys, we need help, right? Yes. We need help. Okay, now coming back to coming back to our conversation, right? Today we want to speak about men and all the issues regarding men. And there are so many cases around the issue of men being deadbeat, being not present to their children, being unfaithful to their wives, and right now there are multiple issues. Now I'm gonna start with Mr. Martin. 25 years married. Give it up for him. 25 years married. And so we have also Billion.
8 months.
8 months. 8 months married. Oh, give it up. Give it up.
That's good.
Because that side. 0 years married. 0 years married. All right? So
Still looking.
0 years married. Now, from you, at least let's start from you. What's the challenge and why this?
Why the challenges in relationships and why deadbeat men and all that.
Fisi.
Mafisi.
Yeah, and being proud to be a fisi by the
kulikuwa kuna mafisi.
Baboy hailikuwa.
But it's a very big challenge, Dominic. And it's simply because nowadays you're not sure whether people are doing a marriage or they're doing a wedding. And these are two very, very distinct things. We got married. Weddings were nothing. Weddings were just ceremonies, and we knew we were getting into marriage. Let me give you an example. First of all, I am very happy to be here this month. August 21st will be my actual 25th anniversary of my wedding.
Give it up.
But that is not...
no, we have to clap for
thank you.
Yes,
and that is when we did the wedding.
So
but
the same woman.
But the actual marriage started 10 years earlier.
Oh, wow.
Because I dated Shiro for 2 years, for 10 years, before then we got married. Then when we were... It's true, yes. It's true. So when you're getting married,
35
then
years.
you're actually getting married. It's a relationship you're getting into. Is long term. Is gonna be tough. Is gonna be dirty. Is gonna be happy. Is gonna be experiential. Is gonna be sad. Is gonna be happy. It's everything. I have seen a lot of times people focusing so much on the wedding itself, the process, the committees, what are we going to wear, what are we going to eat, what size of the cake, what is it going to be, who is coming, who is not coming, and the venue. What is going to be the venue, what car? And then immediately you get wedded, you start plunging yourself into a marriage you have not prepared for. We knew. We were preparing for that. For me, in a nutshell, that's the biggest problem. Because when you're preparing for a wedding, it's happy. It's Cinderella type. But when you're preparing for a marriage, you know very well. Cinderella is going to lose a shoe. She's going to be hated by people. You're going to injure your feet. You're going to fight. I've been married 25 years. And Dominic, I can tell you, it's not always been a bed of roses. I mean, I think even as recent as a month ago, we fought. You know the one, you hate her not physical. I've never fought physical. But you fight the one of getting annoyed and she's not understanding you and you're not understanding her. But you know one thing, she's not going to go anywhere. You're not going to go anywhere because you're here to stay.
Yeah.
Now that is what the marriage is all about. But over the time, then you get used to this. You now start opening up to each other and then you look for things. I keep on giving a very good example. If you're a soldier or you're a manager, or you're a junior manager, if you want to progress in your career, you can't progress in your career by sitting down and waiting for promotions. You train for them. You go for courses. You sharpen your skills in the job and in the profession that you're in. Marriage is not different. It's exactly the same. So you look for sweeteners in your life. You look for things and you look for trainings because nobody is born knowing what a marriage is all about. Then some little animals come into your marriage.
Called children.
And they spoil the whole thing.
Before we go to that,
you have to prepare.
Okay.
And you have to go for, and I'll talk about some little bit of training, which is very important.
Awesome.
Later on.
All right. Mr. Billion.
Yes.
Listening to those 35 years, right? You are younger than 35. So he has known his wife for more than you have been alive, and now you're married.
And I think his story is different. As
Please don't tell me you knew her this year.
No, we dated for 8 months.
8 months?
We were friends for close to 2 years.
2 years?
Just friends. Then we started dating.
Oh, you had to emphasize just friends, okay? All right.
No, we would fight when we were friends. We were rival friends. So we dated for 8 months. Then after that, we decided let's be adults.
Serious.
Yeah, let's be adults. So then now we started the process. Had our parents meet and we got married. And I think for the last 8 months, it's been the sweetest thing. But like you said, we are also fighting. You know, you're still understanding each other. You're still knowing each other. You're still getting the middle ground. Men don't like having the middle ground. You want to be hard. So so they soften you day by day. So yeah, I think
you moved into the other
phase. Yeah.
But as a man, what was it like moving from friendship, dating, and now telling this lady, I want to commit myself to you? All right. Now today, many men have been accused that they don't want to commit. Wash my clothes. The lady says she says he wants me to wash his clothes, to cook for him, but as a girlfriend, not as a wife.
To cook for him and to wash his clothes as a girlfriend.
As a girlfriend.
I think there is
and something else extra.
There's a lot of fear. There's a lot of fear. In terms of and I want to congratulate my friend here.
Thank you
for taking a very bold step to getting married, even in these very tough times.
Oh, yeah.
But there's always the fear of, what am I getting myself to? Is it too tough? And things have changed. Roles have shifted. Things have changed. It's tougher now. Houses are more expensive. Expectations are even higher. So a young man feels like, I want a relationship, but I'm not yet ready to commit for the long haul.
Why? And this is what I want you to help us understand. Why do men, specifically men, because many women, there are increasingly women also who don't want to settle down, but there are more men who don't want to settle down, who don't want the commitment. Why is it that more men do not prefer the joys, the arrangement, the cohabitation as we call it? Why is it that they fear to settle down, Mr. Martin? Why?
I think is a preparation period.
Preparation period.
The preparation period. When you look at the young men of today and the way they are being brought up, is a lot more different than the way we were. And they are softer, and they love their mummies, and they love their houses, and they love their gadgets, and they love their gadgets, and they love their what do you call them? I don't want to call them botchies and all that. They're house managers. House managers. Because everything is easy. The room is cleaned, clothes are cleaned, food is ready, nobody's asking you for a penny, and everything is okay. Mommy has always been coming to see you in school. Daddy hasn't quite taught you the ropes, the harder part of it. So the aspect of going and getting into leadership of a family is a strange thing. Even when that man has left the university, sometimes, and they have gotten into a job, a lot of times they're still staying at home. And you have even cases of where they even get a car from home. Now, when you tell that person to leave home, it's a big scare. When you tell that person to be in charge of the operation he has seen bring him up from childhood, is a big problem. And I'll give you the difference. The difference is, in our time, a few years ago.
35 years is not a few.
It is. You didn't have a home. You didn't have a home. Your home ended when school ended, and you're out of home. You've gotten an education, get out. Go and look for a house, go and look for a job. The moment you get a job, they start asking for money. This is what has not ended in the West, and they're a little bit more prepared than us. Here, that doesn't end. You find somebody has finished university and has stayed home, they've never done a job. So they're not prepared to leave home at all. And there's no force behind them to leave home. Nobody is telling them to leave home, because also parents have become too loving. This is a word for the parents. We've become too loving to our children. We've become too loving to our sons. Tumewatendekeza sana. We pity them. We even fear for them. What are they gonna hook up with? We even interview their girlfriends. We even tell them that's not the one. This is the one. This is wrong. So finally, when somebody has been pre-selected by your mother, then they even give you pre-selected timing. Not now, John.
You cannot have a child now.
You're not ready. And sometimes I have spoken counseling young marriages and all that.
Yeah.
And a lot of times the young married women are even telling me, you see, Martin, I've discovered now, if I want a problem sorted out in my house, I go to my mother-in-law. She's the one who can talk to the son to sort out these problems. So the preparation is not there.
It's not there.
And
Okay.
that is a fear that they have when they're getting into
marriages. What's your take?
I think I think security is the most important thing. Most young people doesn't want to take risk, not just in marriage, in so many things. So when you feel like you're introducing somebody else into your life and yourself you're not stable, then the expectations. Some of us are in the circles of boys, and you want your space, and introducing somebody else into your space will limit some of the things that we are doing. You will not hang out. We stopped hanging out. There's family time. There are only things that you can do, and there are things you do with your partner. So those are the things that have made young men to not to commit.
So you feel that men have value their freedom right now. There's so much freedom they've been having, and it is exaggerated. And now committing someone takes that freedom away.
It takes that
and
freedom
it's scary.
away. Yeah, and so there's some fear that it's in marriage that when you get there, like when he said that. For them, they used to be prepared. As you wake up one day, you've met a lady somewhere in a club or in church, and she's nice. She smiles nicely. She's eloquent. She like such stuff. Then you try.
You're describing your wife.
No.
Okay. I got you there.
No, my wife is a full package. Yeah.
Okay. Sasa sisi wengine tujipanga. Okay.
Yeah, so those are the fear that young men have. Yeah.
Men have.
Yeah, so we are not prepared early enough. My father didn't tell me when I should get married. So I decided myself that I want to get married. I informed them that I have the right partner, and I want you to help me go through the process. So most people, if you are so close to your daddy or your mommy, it takes even longer time, the way he's saying, because they scrutinize everything in the lady or the man that you're bringing home. So it takes even longer, and some of us also give up. If you bring the first girl, they said huyo ni kabila ingine. You bring the second wife, huyo hatajasoma sana, then you start weighing and you're losing hope. Yeah, so any girl that you meet, you still feel like the standard, she doesn't reach the standard that your parents
of your parents.
Yeah.
I mean that's quite deep right there. I mean what you say.
Can I add something?
Please do.
On average, when you look at two people of the same age, and I'm saying these at the risk of being wrong as an old person in this case. When you take two people, a woman and a man, young people at the same age of marriage, the women, as you're saying, are much more prepared. They have actually checked their stock much better than the men. They have conversed with their mothers and their sisters and their friends about the risk they're just about to take, about the new move they're just about to make, in a much more serious way. They have discussed this young man more than this young man has discussed this young girl to his friends, because men, we are very secretive. Men, we are very secretive. We don't want to look like we've gotten into it very quickly and all that.
Wait, let me interrupt you right there.
Yeah.
You say men are a bit secretive.
Yes.
But can we also say that sometimes our discussion as men, right? Let's critique ourselves, can be pretty shallow concerning women. You know, you tell your friends, you tell your friends about your girlfriend, and all they care about is her
the look.
Thank you.
Work.
Her sitting allowance, you know,
absolutely.
her KCC,
and that's how they
right?
describe
and that's the point. And so by the time he is making the decision, this young lady has already a life prepared ahead of her. She knows where she would like to live. She knows where the children should want to go to school. And therefore, for her, she doesn't have the scare. She has the mental preparation for that.
Yeah.
The young man does not have that preparation mentally ready for them. So it's much more scaring, because you're getting into something that is very new for you, but for the lady, is not new. And this draws me even to our structures when we grow older. And you find even at my age, when women have problems, they share more quickly and they resolve their issues. they have solutions very quickly. When the man, at the same time, takes more time, a week, several days, to come to terms with the problems that they have, because men are not sharers. Men do not share problems. Men share successes. Men share conquests. Men share good news. Men don't share problems. When a woman has a problem, when I fight with Shiro, in the morning, there are probably 2 or 3 or 4 WhatsApp groups that have been formed to sort out this Martin Shiro problem. So she gets solutions. By 10 o'clock when she's having her 10 o'clock tea, she has solutions. But for me, it's my problem. No WhatsApp group must know this. No man must know this. Because if they know, I'm a weakling. If they know I cannot handle my wife, if they know I cannot handle my family, all those things are the ones that make people not quite fully prepared to get into this. So I'm always scared to make the next move. And I've seen this in a lot of young men who want to get married quickly, and they're asking, so what is it all about? But the women are okay. They're saying, let's walk this way.
Take it.
She knows where she's going.
What's your take on this?
I think
on the shallowness and the...
I think he's right. Men, we love to be men, yeah? And women have best friends, the best of best friends, and the best of the best friends that they share all.
That's B with 7 Fs.
Yes.
Okay.
BFFs, yeah.
BFFs.
Yeah, the BFFs. So they know how to sort out these issues, and before they even agree to settle down, there's a discussion that has gone around.
You have been analyzed,
and they are sure.
You have been analyzed and put aside and dissected.
They don't make mistakes.
And they don't make mistakes.
As we discuss the good life, we discuss cars, we discuss the good things. We don't discuss women.
For us, the only thing we care is your girlfriend is a woman. That's it.
Yes.
That's it.
And that's it.
That's you're getting married. Now, why, as we close, I want us to take a break, but I want us to analyze this part. Why do men cheat? Is it because monogamous doesn't work? All right. Is it men, as we say, men are naturally polygamous? Is it that men are shallow? Is it that women get boring in bed as time goes by? I mean, what is it? Can we answer that question maybe in a minute, then we take a break?
Is it me or is it him? Because it looks like he's looking at me that I've been in marriage for 25 years, I must have cheated. I'll just make a very quick comment on that.
Okay.
Number one is a wrong assumption that all men must cheat, and all men actually do cheat. That is a very fallacious sort of assumption and expectation. And there are cases of men actually claiming they have cheated to look like they are maestros, and they actually haven't. You know, sometimes you actually claim that on a bottle of beer. Even me, I went with Joyce, I didn't go with my wife, but you didn't go with nobody. But it's just because there is some sort of expectation in the mind.
You say.
Conquest. But for those who do cheat, I think men, more than women, know how to separate these two things. Serious relationship, family, and what they can call fun. Women have one main compartment in their minds. Is a relationship, is a love affair, is death. Do us part. For those who cheat, men are the only people who can separate. And actually it is true. When you find a man cheating, he can actually claim, and correctly do so, that he still loves his wife. When a woman cheats, she moved on a long time ago. Yes, she moved a long time ago. So for those who do, they are looking for interest. It's the same conquest thing. They are looking for new grounds. They probably are following peer pressure, because you're going on a trip and somebody is carrying somebody else, and you feel you will carry somebody along. And let me tell you, they are available. They are available. If you want to carry somebody along, they are available, readily available. So it's so easy to get lured into that, and people are doing that. Your friends are doing that. But in their minds, they actually would go, get out, call home and say, is everything okay?
Sure. More
than a woman would. Okay. So that's the reason they do. And as I said earlier, it's not everybody who does.
It's not everybody who does. It's a presumption.
It's a presumption.
30 seconds.
What's the question again?
The question is, now he has given a very deep answer. Now, why do men cheat?
No,
or is it monogamy that doesn't work? You need to keep adding.
He said the peer pressure. For me, I'm still young in my relationship, in my marriage, and throughout our courtship, I think I got the full package. So I believe men cheat because you had the person you settled down with was not the full package. So you're still looking for the parts of the package. But if you get the if you get a full package,
let me ask you right there. So is it the full package? The full package, is it the woman's fault or the man's responsibility?
I think it's both. I see after getting married, then women change. So she's not the same woman that you had when you were dating. So you know there's one part that is now missing. So you're trying to look for that part. But I'm not justifying anything.
you almost are. And my producer wants to know what's a full package.
No.
What's a full package? Don't escape that.
I want to know whether I have a full package.
Yeah.
No.
I want to know if I will have a full package.
Yes.
No, a full package I think is having a woman that is your friend. The basic line is your friend, somebody that you can share everything with.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
If somebody is hitting on you, she knows that her friend or your friend is hitting on you. So that is a full package. If you have your friend, then the rest of the things are just other parts.
All right.
Yeah.
We'll come back. And you have said something very important about if someone is hitting on you, your wife knows. And then we'll come back and talk about, is it okay for your wife to see the conversation you're having with other ladies on your phone, so that she can warn you, when you come back? What? This thing is on fire. Give it up to my guest, please. We'll take a break right now and we'll be back. We continue with this conversation about men in the 21st century. What is the problem with us men and for us men and for our salvation? And how can we improve this situation? And now, let's talk about the question of you talking to us. 22162, starting with the word power. Please give me your questions or your opinion, your suggestions, and when we come back, we'll continue with this. Before I give it back to the band to perform, there is a clip I want us to watch right here called Men Change. So we'll watch this clip, which is going to inspire the second part of our conversation. And during this time, I'll give two young men, or even one young lady and one young man, to ask a question to my guests right here. So we'll watch this clip and we'll be right back.
That as a father, you are accountable to God for the position of influence He has given you. You can't fall asleep at the wheel, only to wake up one day and realize that your job or your hobbies have no eternal value, but the souls of your children do. Some men will hear this and agree with it, but have no resolve to live it out. Instead, they will live for themselves and waste the opportunity to leave a godly legacy for the next generation. But there are some men who, regardless of the mistakes we've made in the past, regardless of what our fathers did not do for us, will give the strength of our arms and the rest of our days to loving God with all that we are, and to teach our children to do the same. And whenever possible, to love and mentor others who have no father in their lives, but who desperately need help and direction. And we are inviting any man whose heart is willing and courageous to join us in this resolution. In my home, the decision has already been made. You don't have to ask who will guide my family, because by God's grace, I will. You don't have to ask who will teach my son to follow Christ, because I will. Who will accept the responsibility of providing and protecting my family? I will. Who will ask God to break the chain of destructive patterns in my family's history? I will. Who will pray for and bless my children to boldly pursue whatever God calls them to do? I am their father. I will. I accept this responsibility, and it is my privilege to embrace it. I want the favor of God and His blessing on my home. Any good man does. So where are you, men of courage? Where are you, fathers who fear the Lord? It's time to rise up and answer the call that God has given to you, and to say, I will. I will. I will.
Welcome back. I love that amazing clip. It's really about courage, about men taking courage, becoming selfless. You know, for those of us who are Christians, men are told in Ephesians, love your wives as Christ loved the church. And how does he love the church? To the point of giving his life for it, and keeps on loving the church in spite of the sins of its members. I think that is the most powerful measure. Now, coming back to my guest, coming back to you, right? Now, I asked you a question, and before we take the questions from the audience, the thing is, would you give your passwords to your wife, to your girlfriend, to your... Should this happen so that she can be able to give you some advice? I'm going to start with you.
Yeah, I think we share our passwords.
Wow.
From Facebook to Instagram to my phones doesn't have the passwords, but I think it's also for the security. It helps you to, sometimes there's this fishy thing, so it builds you, it tames you, it makes you to be a straightforward guy. So yeah, us we share, and
you'd share that.
Yeah, if she sees anything that is not interesting, she's always all over the place asking, hey.
She'll tell you this one.
Yeah.
For you as a man, men, we can be clueless, I think.
Yeah, sometimes.
And we might not be able to guess that lady who is texting you, she's not just texting you, she's hitting on you.
They see it from a distance.
18
the ladies, yeah.
in a new way.
Bali.
Yeah. All right, Mr. Martin. You're laughing.
Yes, I'm laughing.
Don't answer in your context, just answer.
I'll answer both.
Okay, perfect.
I think getting married is a very good thing, but getting married will never remove your individuality from your life. Mm-hmm. You'll still be an individual person. You'll still have your life, and I'm not talking about secret life, cheating your wife or anything like that, but there are things. Now, I believe people should share, but they should share with awareness of limitation, because you should also know that there are risks around. Is it worth taking that risk? Now, after I say that, I'll give you my experience. Okay. And I say, my 25 years, 30 actually, has taught me, because when mobile phones came, they found me alive, and they found me with married. So they are an intrusion into our life. And today, if you come to my house, I will leave my phone on the table. She'll leave her phone on the table. Messages will come, WhatsApps will come. She will never look at my phone. I will never look at her phone, because we've agreed. We have a serious dossier here. We have a life to lead. We have children to bring up. We have investments to make. We have advice to give to the young generation. We're not going to be separated by this phone.
No, right there. So right there. Mr. Martin.
It's not the
someone.
phone.
Someone. Yeah, a man.
I'm going to say that.
Yeah, wait. A man mentioned this, and I want you to answer before I forget this point, because you said something and it triggered me. He said this, that sometimes if you go looking for trouble, you will find it.
In Kiswahili they say, ukimchunguza alacho kuku hutamla.
Ukimchunguza alacho kuku hutamla.
Ukimchunguza alacho kuku hutamla.
Okay.
Wewe mngojee kuku hotelini ama nyumbani umle. Lakini ukimfuata na kula mavi kidogo hapa, konokono kidogo hapa, chafu.
Kama nguruwe tu.
Kama nguruwe tu, hutamla. Why I'm saying that is because I'm in an office. The relationships in the office are not under my control. The languages in the office are not under my control. And I can tell you, I lived in Tanzania for a long time. And in Tanzania, the word mpenzi is not the word lover in English. It's like, even when you go to UK, you say, hi love, it doesn't mean they love you. It's such a subconsciously used word. When Shiro sees love, it's the love that was created in the Bible. Somebody else loves you. These languages, which could be a local lingua in the office, can mess dear, sweetie, and they mean nothing in the office. And like wherever you go into the offices, and somebody just writes, hi sweetie, did you find the file? And she will forget about the hi, she will forget about the file,
your wife
she will be going into sweetie.
Mr. Martin,
somebody called you sweetie. I thought you were my, I said no, she's my secretary.
I have to interject. What did you say?
I said exactly what I said.
Hi, sweetie.
Yes.
Have you seen the file?
Yes.
Another file
Because I'm not in control
No, I'm saying-
of the language that they're using.
Now-
Hi, mpenzi wangu ujambo.
Sikiza basi. The file becomes what? Now when your wife sees it.
The file becomes...
Wachana hayata sweetie.
Exactly. The file becomes a lot of other things.
A lot of other things.
But in my sense, maybe it was a very genuine thing.
Innocent.
Very innocent. Exactly. It was a very innocent image. Kwa hivyo tulipogundua hayo tukasema we know each other.
Okay.
We know our limits. Our phones will not separate us.
Okay.
My phone rings, I'm in the bathroom, she'll come and tell me, Martin, Baba Gadoni, you have a phone. It's ringing. Hers will ring, I'll take it to her. Because she runs businesses. I run businesses. I don't know what they tell each other with the business community. And I don't know what they tell each other.
Committee.
But let me tell you, the moment she leaves my office, I love her. And nothing will change me.
No, nothing will change that. That's why
Nothing
you're
will
putting
change
two
that.
rings to...
Yes.
Yeah.
This ring, this is my original. The gold one is the red gold is my original one. It broke, so I bought technically you can call it a washer to hold on
the other one.
to this one, but it's also blessed.
Okay, it's also
Actually,
blessed.
this was blessed in Cana of Galilee.
Oh wow.
Yes, in Cana of Galilee, and so I wear it. She's aware of it. She knows it doesn't mean anything. And I don't care about anybody else. People say it's a second one. I don't care. But all these rings mean the same. On the 25th anniversary, I need to replace the original one, and then I'll have only one ring.
Wow, it's beautiful. Wow.
So
okay.
no phones.
No phones.
Let them not separate you. No.
Before I go to the question, right? There is something that is disturbing young men today. Now I'm looking at you, but don't think I want you to like just. It's not just you. Pornography. Is it good or bad to spice up, to help the marriage? To you don't want to answer that question.
It depends with the upbringing. Some of us were in a space where those things never existed. So when you want to introduce it into your life again because of marriage, then it even complicates the whole thing. You want to do things that you can't do, that you can't handle.
Want to do,
you want to do gymnastics, because somebody else was doing it. So, for our case or for the people around me, I feel it's not worth it.
It's not worth it.
Just be you, and if she was okay with it when you were dating, then it's fine.
Then it's fine.
Yeah.
So for you, pornography is a question of personal taste. It's not a question of morality or whether it's good or bad for the person.
I think it cuts across. It cuts across, yeah, because now instead of even doing the thing with your wife, you start imagining different things and other people, bringing other people into
your marital bed,
into your marriage, into your private space, yeah.
So you're actually using your wife as an object to actualize what you saw,
yeah,
which is a sort of an infidelity, I would say.
Yeah.
Mr. Martin.
Pornography is not good, and on the general plane of things. But you see now we have phones, so you are sent something pornographic. Is that something you share with your wife? That's what you're trying to ask.
No, I'm literally trying to ask that you watch porn literally and deliberately, in the sense that it's going to strengthen your sexual life. So and men try to consume this.
I feel very strongly that I want to say pass.
Pass. I am gonna pass. Therefore, because I'm gonna pass,
yes,
you have to answer this question.
Yes.
Do we men understand women? Do we men understand women? And then from there we'll go to the questions from the audience.
No, we don't.
We don't.
We don't understand women. And to understand women is a very hard job. But you have to work hard to understand them.
The book to understand them?
Yes. You have to, there's a very good thing that is circulating around that talks about the women brain and the men brain. And I loved it. The one that talks about how complicated the women brain is and how simple the man brain is. When I'm talking to my wife or to my mother or somebody else, what I'm talking is exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But when my wife is talking to me, she's got all these other things tied together. And one of the wars that we keep on fighting, she would even remind me what I did to her when we were living in Kariobangi South. 20 years ago.
20 years ago.
What you did to me. So all that is tied together. So you have to understand them. Women are a lot more detailed. We are more simpler.
Yes.
Women love order. We don't love order. Women love immediacy. We will do it at one point. We'll do it. And today in the morning, let me give you an example. Today in the morning, there's okay, but do I say there's a chandelier in my house, and we wanted a few bulbs changed.
Chandelier.
Yes, we wanted a few bulbs changed. But this is 8 in the morning. She wants them changed now. And I'm looking at it and I'm saying, it's 8 o'clock, dear.
We still have 12
We
hours.
have a whole day given by God with the light. There is no problem. Whether they're changed now or they're changed at 4 o'clock, there'll be no problem.
Yeah.
But when I didn't ignite the change process, she got annoyed and she went and she had it changed. But then you have to understand them.
Yeah.
They want it immediately. So I
to be
apologize
done.
and they say, I'm sorry, I should have actually changed it.
Perfect.
So you have to understand them.
Sure.
Yes,
All right.
men have not understood women.
And still a long way to go.
And it's a hard job to do, and we have to keep on investing in understanding them.
Do you want to say something? Or I go to the audience?
I think women overthink. They look at this cup, they analyze this cup. As we look at this cup and say, that's a cup. It's white. That's all. For the women,
was given this cup by my mother.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna go to the audience now. So the question, overthink. Okay. So let's start with the lady. Ladies first born.
When the couples, those who are in marriage, when they quarrel, who is usually the first one to say like, I'm sorry? Who is usually the first one trying to resolve the whole situation?
Okay, so who says apologizes first?
Yeah.
And who tries to resolve it?
Yeah.
Okay, pass the mic so that we do the questions immediately.
Jacobin Baraka.
Jacobin.
A third-year student in the University of Nairobi.
Yeah.
In the current generation, we have this issue of women empowerment. And in a way, for the boy child, for the men, it's somehow something scary because you fear getting into the house. Then, as he said earlier, the women change when you get there. Now they want to take charge of everything. Even now, the men, you have no voice. And in a way, it feels, to me, I feel like it's the reason behind why men have to get outside the house. And
men are fearing the strongly empowered woman.
Yeah, and you have to get out of the house and look maybe for that lady who
is treating you like a king.
Yeah. What's your take on this about the women empowerment?
Okay. Please say your name again. Say your name. That was Jacobin.
Beatrice.
Beatrice, which year, what do you do?
I'm in first year at the University of Nairobi doing broadcast production.
Broadcast production. Please give it up for them. Give it up for them. All right. So our time is running out, so we've got those 2 questions. So we try to answer them briefly. Tuanzia na the young man.
Yeah. I think the first question was... No, the second question why the empowered women. I think
you want to deal with empowered women.
Yes, empowered.
Her question was when in a marriage, who starts conflict and who is first to resolve it.
For me, I think my wife is a very straightforward person, and if something is wrong, she doesn't have the second thought about it. She'll come straight and say it's wrong, it's wrong. For me, I love peace. So if something is wrong, I will look for ways of saying something is wrong. But most of the time, I try to be, if I genuinely feel that I'm sorry, I say sorry first. But if I feel that I'm not wrong, but I feel this thing is taking long, I'll still say I'm sorry so that we can have peace in that house.
Do you feel threatened by the fact that Nerima is what he is saying, a strongly empowered woman?
I think I love strongly empowered women.
Okay, I know you're saying this because we're on TV. Are you saying that?
No, she knows that and one thing, it's because we get to communicate. We are on the same level, kinda, and if in case of anything, we know how to solve issues. But when a man is feels is above the woman, they always look down upon them. So for me, an empowered woman is
the whole package.
It's the whole package for me.
So you don't feel threatened when you have to follow her lead.
No, I feel nice when sometimes she leads and sometimes I lead.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Wow. On the first one, in terms of saying sorry, A very quick story is told of this man who was being introduced to marriage life by his father. And his father just turned to him and said, say sorry. So the man asks, Dad, I haven't done anything. Why should I say sorry? He says, just say sorry. He said, no, but I have not done nothing. He said, sorry. Say sorry. And the guy got so irritated. He said, okay, Dad, I'm sorry. He said, son, you're ready to get married. Because you'll always say sorry even when you have done nothing. So as a man, I'm ready to say sorry.
You're ready to say sorry.
To mend the marriage, to mend the relationship. It doesn't matter what has happened. I will say, Shiro, I'm sorry, let's move on. and guess what? She will graciously take it. Thank you.
Thank you. Good wife, great life.
A good wife, great life, say sorry, and you get away with a lot of things.
Perfect.
The other one is a little bit more sensitive in terms of empowered women of today. I just want to touch on something very quickly. That the empowerment of the girl child, therefore the woman of today, started not yesterday. Started a long time ago.
True.
These maendeleo wanawake things started in the 50s. So it has come a long way. And the life will never change again.
True.
It's a paradigm that has shifted. Everything has gone back to zero. And men had better change and embrace what is there. The women of today will be much more empowered. They are making money. They are making. If I look at the studio today, the first row here, 1 man, 4 women. It's like that. The only place with more women than men is at the back, right at the back, and that's exactly what life is all about. Where you see men shining, they are cowed. They are hiding right at the back. This will not change, George. My advice to men is let's embrace the changes. Let's know that women are capable today, and let's play our roles. But having said that, I want to say one thing. Leadership, we've been led very wrongly in our lives because we've been taught men are strong, men are leaders, men are providers, men are breadwinners, men are strong. Yes, but in the earlier life, it was very different. Today, you can be stronger, not financially.